Good afternoon and happy Sunday. Thank you if you're joining me on the replay and have any questions about this technique or anything that I share. Feel free to send me a message on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, all those places you can locate me at CreativLEI. Good afternoon. It is a sunny Sunday, but it is still snow-filled here, and I've got like incredible glare, so hold on 1 second. Maybe that will improve. Maybe it won't. Hi, Robin. So I tagged you on Facebook, Robin, to see if I have in mind the same thing that you're asking about. Hi, Tina. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Periscope for your very first time. Hello, Mike's girl. You were just watching my replay from last night, I'm assuming? Yeah, that was really late and it went much longer than I anticipated. Are you watching football? Yeah, we are college football people. We are Buckeye fans, so I don't tend to watch professional football, but we usually watch during the Super Bowl because we like the Super Bowl snacks. Thank you. Yeah, snowy North Carolina. Hi Gail, we are in snowy Maryland right now. My husband and some of my children have been digging us out, and hopefully taking enough breaks in between because I don't want any of them to get injured from all that work. But yeah, it's giving me a little bit of time inside, and it's relatively quiet in here. Usually I don't scope on the weekends. You're in Maryland too. Hi Kim. Hi Darcy. Usually I don't skip on the weekends because all my children are home and it's usually very loud, and I don't want to get on here when it will be really distracting in the background. For those of you who might be new to one of my broadcasts, my name is Lisa. I blog at CreativLEI.com, and I kind of share a little bit about how I look at life from outside the box, and I also share a lot of my art and techniques that way. Yes, Crystal has been amazing. She's been shouting me out and sharing the coloring page that we kind of collaborated on. I got to use her words and my lettering. Look at all these Marylanders joining. That's awesome. I am in kind of west of Baltimore, so we were in the bullseye of the snowstorm. If you watch Justin Burke, we were right there kind of in the middle of what he said was going to be the bullseye of the storm. So I stopped watching the news. I did not measure the snow, which is, I can't get an accurate measurement anyway because of all the drifting. North of Baltimore, awesome. So probably pretty close to each other. Or you're in, we're like right below Pennsylvania. So West Virginia, I know you guys are pretty covered in white stuff too. So yeah, thank you so much, Melanie. So I asked on Facebook today what you guys would like to see, because I am going to try to get back in the habit of doing some regular demonstrations for you guys, and I need to work on 4 inches of sleet. That is not cool. That is dangerous. So please stay safe. I'm trying to get back into a regular routine of sharing demonstrations with you guys. I want to have kind of a theme, and we'll decide on like an editorial calendar together for what's good to share when. Typically, weekends are really chaotic here, so there's not usually broadcasts, but since this is a snow day Sunday, I get a little bit of time on Periscope to share with you guys. So I asked on Facebook, and Robin said she wanted to know how to make shapes out of the words, and so hopefully what I'm going to show is what she was thinking. Back when I first started studying calligraphy, my teacher shared with us how to do calligrams, which are pictures made out of words. And so I've got 2 samples that I just kind of sketched out on my paper in front of me, and I've got some pens handy, some pencils, and lots of blank paper to kind of get started. So I'll probably pop the phone into the tripod. I will switch it over to landscape so that hopefully you get a nice view of what's going on. For those of you that have never seen one of my lettering demonstrations, I am left-handed. I do not hold the pen the way a proper lefty should. I kind of do it my way. And so if you want to draw along with us and kind of play with pens or pencils, anything that I show can really be done with any pen that you have handy. if you have pencils, I'm using a brush pen by Tombow today. It's a Fudenosuke soft tip pen and just a regular number 2 pencil. If you've not used a brush pen before but want to learn that form of lettering, you can certainly practice with a number 2 pencil because the lead will take the variation of the pressure that you apply. So you can start to learn how to do these techniques even without having any fancy pens. So let's bear with me while I flip the camera and stick it into the tripod. Okay, what pens do I recommend for someone starting to learn? It depends on which method you would like to learn or which form of lettering. So here is, hi from Pennsylvania, I'm just south of you. The Tombow markers, you have 3 sets so far, but you're not an artist, you just love coloring. Yes, I love the dual brush pens. I'm assuming that those are the ones you're talking about. I actually don't do a lot of lettering with them because I find that as a lefty, I don't get the nice, easy, thick and thins that I would like to have. So I do prefer the Tombow Fudenosuke pens, which are a bit of a finer nylon tip. And so I get a better thick and thin variation. Oh, good, Robin. So I was kind of on the same page as you. So I just kind of chose 2 things to do. So I've got Be Still and Know from Psalm 46, and this would be kind of in a circle. And then I did a Hebrews verse in the form of an anchor. And it's kind of, yay, another lefty. Lefties unite. So I sketched out the anchor first and then kind of squeezed my letters in to make that happen. So if you have a phrase or a quote or a verse that you'd like to see, I will definitely take suggestions as we, whoops, and I just had something fall off my desk. And so I can demonstrate some of these techniques to you, and I'll show you. I'll start with what I have on this page. You Are My Sunshine. Yeah, that's a nice, easy one. Okay, so, and I'm probably, let me flip up it's nice and bright in here, but I tend to put a lot of shadows on my work when I'm working, so I've got the light here, so hopefully that will help, but that's going to make some shadows too. So if I miss your comments, please copy and paste them until I see them, or I will try to address them. If I completely miss them, I like to go through on Catch. You can find me on catch.me/CreativLEI, and I do try to look for your questions so that I can respond for the ones that I missed. Is it okay to take screenshots? It absolutely is. If you need to see this after the fact, I am not opposed to that. Okay, so for You Are My Sunshine, I would definitely start with a circle. And so I'm sketching it really lightly, so you may not see it. Let's see, for the sake of demonstration, I'll go darker than I normally would. Okay, so now I know I'm going to do Sunshine big and You Are My a little smaller. So I will probably do Sunshine in a script and You Are My in a print. And so I'm going to do, and I'll do it all in pencil first. So it gives me an idea of what my layout is. And I don't like that. So let's see. So what I'm trying to do is get a layout that's going to fill the space somewhat so that when I erase this circle line, you can still see the shape. Okay, so I do a lot of sketching, and I'll go over and over again lots of times before I get something that I really like. So now, if I have the basic shape that I want, I'm going to go back in with pen. and fill it in. So I find it hard to write and talk at the same time, so I'll get a little quiet so that I don't misspell what I'm doing. So I need to use the right edge of the pen. You'll notice that if you use the brush pens, however you hold the pen, you will kind of put your own bias on it, and you're going to want to find that biased edge each time you work. So if you've seen my little video spurts on Instagram, those are done with hyperlapse, and they are usually 6 to 8 times normal speed. So I do not write that fast, in case you were thinking like, oh gosh, I don't write that fast. So no, I don't either. Alright, so I've got sunshine in there, and I will go back over the areas that I want to be even heavier. I might need to grab another one of my brushes because I might have overused this one. So what I'm doing is going back over the downstrokes and weighting those lines a little bit more. Yeah, it's definitely about playing with the shapes of the letters, because you're kind of going outside your normal lines, and so it's definitely breaking the rules of like baselines and midlines and things like that. So it's really kind of playing with the letters. How to assemble the travel size blog business planner. Oh, okay. I didn't scope that. I thought that I had scoped that. I need to go back and check. I need to do a scope on my regular traveler's notebook also, because I'm trying to write the post for that. Okay, so I've got sunshine in there. And now now I'm going to use the pen on its fine tip. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll use it as a brush. Hello. If you are just joining, I'm just doing kind of a demonstration of how I do calligrams or word pictures. Okay, so I'll go back over here. Hi and welcome. So I have a hard time talking as I write, so I'll add some little serifs to some of the letters, and that's just kind of personal preference. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I wish I always spoke quietly and calmly. I think my children would disagree that I do. So, yeah, I am definitely a lefty. But writing and stuff is kind of my release, so I am able to kind of chill out a little bit. So, yeah, this is definitely a technique I've been doing for a while. Yes, a lefty! The relaxing aspect of it comes with time. I think the more I do it, kind of like any other type of craft, like knitting was not relaxing when I was first learning, but now it is, because you develop the muscle memory and things like that. So there's that one. And now I would leave the ink to set for a little bit and then go back over with an eraser. I have the sand and rubber eraser, so I use the rubber side to erase all the pencil marks, but I won't do that until I know that the ink has set. So there's that one. And you can add like doodles in to it if you wanted to. Like if you wanted it just to be a word picture, you could leave it as it is. Yeah, my children swipe my supplies all the time. We have that discussion regularly around here. So let's see, let's do some sunshiny doodles. So if you have gotten Tabitha Filan's Blog Success Planner booklet styles, I had the privilege of doing the cover art of those booklets, and so you've seen some of my word doodles on there. I do not have an Etsy shop, but I do have a shop on my blog, which is CreativLEI.com, and I need to work on cleaning up the shop page because that software is new to me. You would like this in a print also? I might have to work on that. So I noticed that the pictures in the shop aspect of my blog are not showing up the way I would want them to, so I need to go and figure out how to clean that up a little bit for you guys. You've been asked to host a Bible journaling class and you plan to share my blog address. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I would greatly appreciate that. I enjoy Bible journaling, but I don't really do it. Mine are word and note heavy, not really art heavy. Like I said, I would let the ink dry really well and then erase the pencil lines. So that's a circle. They want lettering tips too. So yeah, definitely send them my way. I will gladly help. Looking forward to the coloring book one day. Yeah. You're so scared to doodle in your Bible. Yeah, it took me a while. It took me a couple months before I ever put a pen to the page in my journaling Bible. And even now, I do mostly inductive symbols and lettering, not necessarily drawing. I have never covered a full page in my Bible. I love what some people do, but it's just not what I'm called to do in my Bible. It's not what I set out to use it for. So let's see. Is there another shape you guys would like to see? Yeah, I love looking at other people's art. It's just I am not using my journaling Bible for art. I'm using it more for note-taking and things. But in the meantime, I like to look at everyone else's pages because they really are beautiful. The anchor. Okay. All right. So for the anchor, I'm going to do it a little bit bigger than I did over here. A raindrop. That's a good one. So I'm going to draw one out, and then you got to give me a quote to go into it. All right. So the anchor. The anchor is my favorite. My anchor of hope right there. All right. So you can definitely look up clip art or vector art for images to kind of get a shape if you can't think of the design that you want to fill. So I'm kind of going here, trying to make sure I leave enough room for letters. Okay, so again, I will start with He alone anchors my soul. Okay, let's do that. You want to take a warm bath? Yeah, where's your sister?
Playing with your iPad.
She's on my iPad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, you can ask her to start the bath. Yeah, I'm not a bath person, but she loves playing in the bath. Okay, so I'm going to split up the word anchors in the shaft of the anchor right here, and I've got he alone anchors my soul, and I've got anchors in all caps. So yeah, she's become very, very chatty recently. All right, so I'm going to start down at the bottom so that I don't smudge my work. Hi, Gianna. So, there we go. So, and then a fun thing to do if you didn't want like a black and white outline of the shape, you could always go back in. These are my two favorite for like light shading. We've got the N60 gray and the N89 from the Tombow dual brush markers, and these will give kind of like, you can do a very subtle outline. And then I would still be able to go back once this is dried and set and erase that pencil line. So, thank you. There we go. There's that one. Yeah, it's really a matter of preference. Like, if you see on this one, I doodled in a line and then I would erase my guidelines after that. Let's see. I had, thank you. Like this one, I went ahead and colored in that circle. So it's, yeah, it takes practice. I feel like lettering is kind of a discipline that if you had the desire to do it, you can certainly get into it. You're singing and dancing in the rain. Okay. Is it really raining by you, or is that the one I should put in the raindrop? I know you're in snow right now, Tina, in the raindrop. Gotcha. Okay. And I'm going to hyphenate it. See where I want it. So yeah, this is kind of my process. Is I will doodle and draw it out until I find the layout that I like. I know that I'm going to want singing and dancing to be in script. And I'm trying to figure out how I want those letters to hug. And I've just got a regular number 2 pencil right now. Yeah, in a calligram or a word picture, I would break up the words because you're going more for the overall shape than the actual sentences, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you're going for the overall artistic feel of it, not necessarily the proper layout. Sweetie, you need to either go in the bathtub or you need to get dressed. I have seen a plow go through the street, but our driveway is not yet dug out, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, I would call this a calligram because it's a picture made out of words. So I kind of work randomly through the words, and that's why the pencil lines kind of help that I've pre-sketched it, and then I can go back in and do it artistically. Okay. So, I'm going to grab, let's see. Yeah, it's above my husband's knees, I think, and so the children are getting exhausted when they're out there. So let's see. So I'm going over kind of lightly to erase the pencil because I want to add color to this. I've got the blending palette and the blending brush pen. So I'm just pulling a little bit of ink from the blending palette. All right. Let's cap that. So, there you go. I'll probably put a little more blue down there because I want the bottom to be a little more weighted. Sorry, I'm trying to get the angle right so you guys can see what I'm doing. I know my hand gets in the way. Thank you. So when will my coloring book come out? I don't know. Who wants to work on editing for me? And I need to have lots of ideas for quotes and stuff. I've kind of been storing up all the different quotes and things. So, yeah. So there you have it. A couple of different examples of word art or calligrams. So we've got a circle, we've got an anchor, and we've got the raindrop. So those are just a few ideas. Anything else that you guys would like to see? Thank you. I'm actually finishing up a logo for a local artist for a charity project that she's involved in. So I just need to get that scanned and cleaned up for her. But yeah, it's fun. So glad to be able to do a little demonstration for you guys today. So let's make this kind of our 2-minute warning so that I can go and make sure my little one is not streaking all around the house. I need to get her in the bathtub. I do have a website. I am CreativLEI.com. That is my blog, and all my posts can be found there, as well as the Love Your Lettering 31-day series. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, all those places where I'm CreativLEI also. There's actually no E between the V and the L because Lisa thought she'd get creative when she was making her blog name and didn't put that E, and now I kind of wish that I had. So, but that is me, and so there you go, little, no, that's okay. Ah, sorry. So, let me flip this one more time.
Bananas go up.
There we are. Sorry, I know I don't usually like to try and flip it in the midst, but, yeah, so you guys can, if you have any questions about these techniques or one of the posts from the lettering series, feel free to ask if I need to hop on and do another demonstration for any of those posts. Since the live portion of that series is over, I'm always glad to help. I am on Catch. You can find me at catch.me/CreativLEI, and there's lots of stuff up there. I've been on Catch since the summer, so it only missed my first 20-something periscopes when I was still kind of learning how to use it, so you're not missing much. And maybe we'll put a little blog post up about the calligrams, because I think this is probably a technique that Bible journalers would appreciate. So I will try to work on that for you. It gives me something to to get out there for you. Thank you. I will gladly appreciate that. So I enjoyed getting to chat with you and share with you how I do calligrams and word pictures. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you give it a try, be sure to tag me on Instagram, because I love seeing your work and I love seeing how you put your own flair and twists on the things that I share. It is my privilege to be able to share with you guys, and so I absolutely love seeing what you guys do with it. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Oh, and if you are new and you are waiting for the download of the coloring page that went up yesterday, please send me an email so that I can make sure that I'm forwarding the link to you properly, because I know that it's kind of getting held up in the system for some people, and I haven't figured out why yet. It's kind of completely random. So until then, if you have any problem downloading any of the free coloring pages, just send me an email and I'll get that all kind of fixed up for you. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks a lot.